What is up, good people? Jungle Inc. here. Hope you're doing well. Want to go over a look ahead. What we should be looking out for this week and here on the short horizon. Big drivers of value for XRP, the crypto market in general. These are just the items that I'm looking for. And first and foremost, it's the SEC case, the appeal versus Ripple. This isn't just yahoos like myself, YouTubers saying this thing's going to be dropped. We have former head of SEC enforcement John Reed Stark saying that case is dead. It's next on deck. It's out of here. Now, of course, things are complicated if they try to go back to Judge Torres, get some of these penalties, reduced or removed. That could take longer, but they very well may just drop the appeal and be done with it, and we can all move on. And that could happen literally any moment. This is important. Of course, it's important because it makes mass adoption of Ripple's payment services more likely. Whether it's banks, payment providers here in the United States, they could go and sign up and start using these services. Be very bullish. We can have big announcements following that. Could be a big catalyst for XRP price appreciation. It's going to increase exponentially the odds of an XRP ETF being approved. And the minute that happens, you should see the XRP price adjust accordingly. Better odds of a big time approval, XRP's price should go up. And lastly, it's going to allow new investors, large investors, to start opening positions in XRP. They may want to have some XRP in their portfolio, but they're either not going to or can't while there's an active enforcement case going on, even if they think it's likely it goes away. It's got to be official first. We should see more money flowing into XRP once that happens. Now, we also want to keep an eye out for an official announcement. We've heard rumors, we heard it's likely, but an official announcement surrounding Brad Garlinghouse and the White House Crypto Advisory Council. That would be so big to have one of our insiders there working with the administration, figuring out what they're going to do with policy here. It'd be so bullish. It would be stupid, and it's very likely to happen, and we may see a move here shortly. Now, one that's probably not going to happen this week, but it could be any moment, is a big announcement from Robinhood and Bitstamp, talking about a derivatives exchange launching on the XRP ledger. When that happens, to me, that's the biggest of all of this, because it's no longer just Ripple. Now we have some pretty big players here building something really big that could add a lot of action on the XRP ledger, a lot of liquidity, a lot of volume, and it would probably be the signal of more to come. The first, while that floodgate opens. That is probably the most bullish thing we could hear. Again, I don't have any reason to believe it's going to happen necessarily this week upcoming, but I think it's going to happen quick. I think they're really pushing for this. Maybe, once that appeal is dropped, that's when we will hear it. But it's coming here. It's not going to take that long. And that is huge. That is probably bigger than any of this. We want other big entities building and having success on the XRP ledger. You have that with Ethereum. You have Tether, Circle, MakerDAO, Aave, Coinbase with their layer 2, BlackRock. We want to match that. And Bitstamp and Robinhood, that would be really the first step towards doing that. Now, are we going to get at least some sort of updates on the administration's ideas for tax policy? We're not going to get anything done right now, but I think the first time around in the Trump administration, they messed around with healthcare. They didn't get anything done, and they wasted a lot of time. It took a long time to get tax policy done. I don't think they're going to make that mistake again. I think they're going to rock and roll here. And what I'm looking for specifically is there anything in there for us? We've heard rumors that they might make U.S. crypto tax-free. I just don't see that happening. I mean, that would be amazing if they did. They took away capital gains for Made in America crypto. But, do we get something? Do we get some kind of discount on our capital gains tax? That could be absolutely massive. So I would like to see an update at least. It won't be finalized, it won't be guaranteed, but if we see, these are the policies they're trying to get done, and crypto kind of makes that list and is very serious, I think that would be bullish for all cryptocurrencies, especially Made in America cryptocurrencies. Now, one thing we want to keep an eye out, I've been hearing rumblings that Microsoft's thinking about cutting their AI spending. They're not going to make this massive investment. I believe the CEO of Microsoft is saying, well, we think that, GPUs and some of that infrastructure will be a little cheaper if we do it down the line. We expect those prices to come down. While that may be true, I think really what they're looking at is they're just piling so much money into these AI investments. And yeah, they are first to market, but then a short time later, open source comes out with DeepSeek, and it's a thinking model, and it's pretty good. I mean, it's not quite top tier open AI good, but for open source and free, it's darn good. And then Elon, here comes Elon just running them down with Grok 3, Grok 3's thinking models. It's, deep research. You get like everything there. And it's pretty darn close. If it's not as good as O3 Mini High, it's darn close. Its deep research is awesome. And you're not paying the $200 that OpenAI wants to charge you. I don't know what Grok 3 costs, $20, $40 a month, whatever. But, when you look at, is there any value in being first if someone runs you down, 2-3 weeks down the road and probably spends a lot less? I don't know if it's worth that investment, or at least from Microsoft's perspective, if it is, being the leader in this area, it'll be interesting. But, if you have any disruption there, it could at least panic the market in the short term. You'll see Nvidia go down and a lot of these AI plays start falling down a little bit. And, we don't want to see that. We want to see tech spending massive, AI spending to be, as high as possible. And we just want money sloshing around in tech because it'll make its way to crypto as well. It's all kind of intertwined here. It'll be interesting. I think, long term, AI is where it's at, and you're going to see a lot of spending there. But if we get, more clarity here early in the week, and it's kind of bearish from Microsoft's perspective, it could spook the market a little bit. So keep an eye on that. Again, I don't think it's the end of the world either way. Lastly, Bybit and this Ethereum hack. I think it depends on how we look at this. How does this really correlate directly to Ethereum? I know you couldn't really tell from the smart contracts what was going on, but really at the end of the day, I think Bybit's systems were compromised. This isn't really an Ethereum problem. This is a Bybit security problem. Someone had some sort of malware on their computers and they thought they were signing something and they weren't. They were signing a malware program essentially. I think that's once we get the information, that's what's happened. And so when we really look at this logically, Bybit's going to have to replace that Ethereum because right now they're essentially short Ethereum. They borrowed Ethereum from other exchanges, but they got to replace it at some point in time. What happens if Ethereum goes on a run here? They probably better, if they can, to just do that now and start methodically, buying Ethereum. Now, the thieves, they're not likely to do a deal. That group there from North Korea, they're just known for sticking to their guns. They'll take time. They'll take years to, get their money out of this heist. And so they're not going to be able to sell it fast. We know that. It's going to take them time. It very well may take them years to actually capture all that value. They have the patience. They're willing to do it. So the sell pressure on their side will probably be pretty minimal. I mean, a few $100 million here and there, but not the 1.4 billion that Bybit is going to have to come to the market and replace as fast as possible. It actually could be bullish for Ethereum prices and probably crypto overall. If you got money flowing in, buying crypto, just extra volume to the market, I think would be great. So those are the things I'm looking as we develop through this week. Let me know down below what you think. As always, please like, please subscribe. The revolution will be televised right here on Jungle Link.